Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Into the Breach, where today we're not going to be playing as the Blitzkrieg mechs, but I am going to tell you why. I do have a reason here. I saw these and I was like, oh yeah, I love this squad. I love the Lightning mech. It's just like the bad guy from Iron Man 2. Just giant electro whips on the arms. It can do a ton of damage. This boulder mech just hurls big rocks at people. Like this squad is awesome. But then I was looking at their achievements, and I remembered. Lightning War is very difficult for me personally. As you are all aware at this point, I play the game pretty slowly. And I do want to play this squad, but I think if we're going to try to take on Lightning War, we really have to prep better for it, which is to say, I need a pilot who has actual skills. Right now, Adam has Finisher, which is effectively nothing for the vast majority of every mission. Usually by the time Finisher is active, you don't need it really anymore. The other one that gives you the boost in the move on the first turn is like way better in my opinion. And then obviously Popular Hero is nothing at all. Just an incentive to sell him, which we kind of wanted to do anyway. So we are going to do Blitzkrieg maybe next. As soon as I think we can handle it, we're going to do it. But for right now, let's do a different squad, try to build ourselves up a decent starting hero. So, there are a lot of interesting squads we have left. Obviously, we did the Riftwalkers already. The Rusting Hulks are another smoke squad, but instead of using smoke to heal, they have a passive that makes smoke deal damage to enemies, and the idea is you try to like set up a huge area denial zone and just have the enemies get baked, essentially, by the storms. That stuff's okay. You know, actually the Zenith Guard. The Zenith Guard are pretty different from a lot of the things we've been doing. Yeah, let's go this way. This will be a cool change of pace. So, first of all, mech with a giant laser cannon. Laser cannon starts at 3 damage on adjacent targets, then trails off from there. You can increase that base damage by 1. You can make your allies immune to it, but it'll just go ahead and shoot across the entire map. Which, you know, upsides and downsides. You have to be a little careful with it. But it is very cool and powerful. The Charge Mech hurls itself at enemies. It is able to get a +1 damage bonus very early and very cheaply, but that damage bonus does also increase the self-damage. However, you can get away with some of this stuff because you get to start with this Defense Mech, which is able to project 2 shields with 1 attack. It's able to do so 2 times per battle or 3 once you have the upgrade. We also have this Attraction Pulse. Being able to pull enemies is super useful, especially if you also already have another thing that can push. So yeah, I'm pretty excited basically about this this squad. So what are our skills? Kill an enemy by pulling it into yourself. Shouldn't be too terribly difficult. All we have to do is get something to 1. The Glittering Sea Beam hit 4 enemies with a single laser. That's going to take a little bit of doing, but again, we have a fair amount of rearrangement stuff. Oh, I should have mentioned, the Defense Mech has 4 movement and flying at the beginning, so I do think it's very powerful. Block damage with a shield 4 times in a single battle. This seems like it's going to be no problem at all. Yeah, let's try these. Zenith Guard's pretty cool. We are still going to play on Unfair. I don't really see a lot of reason to go down off of Unfair at any point. I think the game is totally functional, kind of terrifying at this difficulty, but frankly I like that. So here we have 1, 2, and 3 health enemies. We have the Boost Scion, who's not really a big deal because most of these enemies we can't really afford to get hit by anyway. Scorpion Leader's pretty scary. Got some pretty high health stuff here. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we're starting Archive Inc. this time. I guess starting RST is probably pretty reasonable too. That's 322. They do have the Healing Scion, and then the Spider Leader. You know what? Let's do RST actually. I think we might be able to handle this. All right. She acts like she doesn't think we're real time travelers. How could you? How could you possibly? Which one of these 2 stars do we want to take on? Kill 7 enemies while destroying 2 mountains is, I think, a little bit trickier for this squad because we don't have the kind of range, damage in particular, the kind of like multi-target artillery that you really want for something like that. Kill 6 or fewer enemies is probably more doable, especially with the windstorm screwing up their targeting. So I don't really know. You only have 3 movement by default. That's pretty rough. Yeah, and then the defense mech can shoot, I believe, any distance, but only in straight lines. It's definitely a weird one. So we're going to want to use our shields a lot here, obviously, to solve problems without necessarily having to kill all the enemies. Okay, so we could just about kill this thing straight up. I'm definitely thinking about, like... Oh, you can't fire that on the tile next to you. Okay. That's fine. We could, like, fly over here. I would love to kill the Blood Scion. But I can't really do so. I would have to shoot through the charge mech in order to deal damage to the Alpha Scarab, but in fact it'd end up having to stand in this space. Yeah, I don't... This building's actually kind of hard to save. So, okay, I could get to this space. I really don't want to be in that space. I really would love to just resolve this with a shield. As long as this thing's alive, I can't get into position to just shoot through the mountains, which would be sufficient after the charge damage. But I also can't kill this thing. Well, I mean, I can kill it. Yeah, I think the actual answer here is we simply cannot get done what I want to get done. So if we're not able to save this building, how does that change our options? Well, can't really get the laser mech into a position to do anything. I think I am going to blow this enemy up. I know we have to watch our kills a little bit here, but I want to try to open the field up a little bit, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take this as well. It feels a little wasteful with the enemies just regenning. Whatever, this guy will still be low enough to kill easily. In case we need to. Okay, the wind is in a position might be a little bit more helpful this time. Nope, never mind. They're all gonna carefully dodge the wind. Okay, this one's gonna take damage from it, which is kind of cool. So, alright, if I bump this guy with the charge mech, push him back onto the spawn tile, then we still have to deal with... I can just, like, blow this one up and then shield the building. I mean, obviously, I'd prefer to use my shield. Oh, no, you know what? I'm going to kill this guy instead. Yeah, I can do... This is not ideal. No, that's actually, like, it's truly awful play. No, I think I actually do have to just shield the building. And I do it from, like, here. So you still have 2 health, right? Yeah. I, like, just barely can't fly into a position that would make anything else work. And I want to make sure I'm not, you know, getting blown into the Alpha Scarab space. So in order to get the achievement for blocking damage 4 times with a shield, you either have to use your 2-use 2-shield power a little bit more carefully, or you have to pull some nonsense like shielding your Adam with his reset ability, which is the thing we very well may be doing here in a moment. I think we probably can't afford to have you do anything combat-y. Let's just heal for a turn. We let that shot happen, and then... I mean, we are really strongly incentivized to allow one of these shots to hit. Right now, they're not ordered in a way that makes that very good. The problem is, if I shoot through, it's going to kill them both. I really need a way of getting rid of one of the attacks. Well, we don't have to try to make it work right now. We can just get out of the way for the moment. Pop this guy just to be rid of him. Yeah, this is fine. And then, I don't know, just kind of get over here somewhere. This'll leave you in the middle-ish. Was that achievement just any damage? Yeah. It doesn't have to be damage specifically that would have been dealt to a building or anything. Okay, well, let's just, here, I'm gonna do that so that I'm allowed to press the reset turn button. We're going to gain a shield on a unit that has 7 movement. And then there's no way for me to get XP on a unit that isn't Adam, right? And obviously getting XP on Adam is 0 value. So we move you out of the way. We have you run up in front and grab this. And then, sure, everybody just repair in place. Why not? Okay. Get some of this stuff out of the way nice and early. I'm feeling pretty good about that, honestly. We did lose a building. Ooh, I love Lightning Storm, and also I love gaining power. We have a single cracked tile all the way at the back end of the battlefield for some reason. I think, you know, for straight line reasons, I probably want you to be back there, and then you can just kind of like fly to wherever you need to be. I love a unit with 4 movement and flying. Okay, a couple of those lightning tiles are in like actually relevant positions too. Okay. Well... Gosh, they really set this up in a way that sucks hugely. What we can do here is it's very easy to just throw a shield on both of those buildings, right? I don't know what I'm going to do about these two, though. And if I go here, I will hit the... Yeah, I'll hit that building down there with the shot. You're actually kind of not able to be in a place that matters. The enemy is very good at lining up in such a way that there is no good place for me to work from. So this building's dead, and there's nothing we can do about it, basically. Yeah, if I could stop this from happening... I can't even do any damage here because it'll leave me in the tile that has the lightning on it. So I think what I do is you have to be like here. You cover those. You just like back all the way out of the fight, essentially. I mean, I could just like get in the water here. I suppose that's fine. And then this shot feels really counterproductive. But the thing is, I have to start dealing damage to the enemies. We have to kill 7 enemies by the end of the level. I'm just going to take the... Oh, right, I totally forgot. That's another very good reason to have done the thing I did. At least if we fail out here, we've cleared a couple of our achievements. Alright, so we lose this one building. We end up with one set of buildings shielded still. We gotta do a lot of murder on our way out of this level. Okay, this thing only has 1 HP, right? I did one to it? No, I did not. Okay, it was in a different row. Well... we can certainly kill that. This has gone in like a really cartoonishly horrible way. All right, a thing we can do. Get our 3rd achievement. Because I'm kind of thinking that we are maybe restarting. Like, I think we may have actually been left with no options. And so, if that's the case, we may as well clear all of the achievements, right? Right, because I can't stop us from taking 2 damage here. There's actually no way. Yeah, alright. Let's just go ahead and abandon the timeline then. Grab this dude and head back in, but this time we don't have to think about the achievements. It's not so bad, really. The Detritus Island looks pretty solvable. Like, it's tricky with these teams that have kind of like limited ability to manipulate enemies outside of damage. Use the contraption 4 times. It's a challenging one to take on right away. But also... God, wow, yeah, they're going to spawn 7 enemies on me the first turn? Really? That sucks so much. Well, I mean, okay. Because we're just starting... This is fucked up. That should be against the law. Because we're just starting here, let's go ahead and try the difficult one, and if it doesn't go well, we can just bail on this run. Because why wouldn't we? But, like, the idea that it's okay to start 7 enemies on the table at the same time is very dumb and wrong. Yep, and every one of the attackers is doing something that has to be stopped. Very cool and classy. Alright, so the Detritus contraption. We have to use it 4 times. It has 2 uses of shield every unit, not buildings, and then 2 uses of deal 1 damage to every enemy. However... Okay, so we can do this charge that gets us out of the leaper and prevents this attack from hitting the building. I actually can't get into position to shield both of these, which really sucks. Obviously, I could just shoot you. So I can shield this building pretty easily. Does it make sense to fire? I don't think it really helps to do either of these things, to be perfectly honest with you. But we have to do one of them this turn. I guess this is like not such a bad time for the shield. So I could pull you off of the building. We can move down here. We could pull this thing in front of that guy. That saves us a point of damage and deals a bonus point of damage to an enemy. The thing is, I can also just pull this guy into the fire. Yeah. Setting somebody on fire. Does the shield put out the fire? No, it is still burning inside the shield. Oh, right, but Scion fire protection. I forgot about that. Despite the fact that it's, like, displayed clearly on the unit and everything. Yeah, they probably shouldn't be allowed to have 7 units on the first turn. That feels like, a bit of a completely unsolvable problem. Okay, so at this point we may as well just missile barrage. We'll just clear all the shields. So you will not actually die. What is the order of operations here? You are last, because of course you are. So we really have to stop you and you and you. And with 3 of us, it is possible. Obviously, that's not super great. I'll just go ahead and draw that guy forward. And then... Right, I just eat the point of damage, because there's no way to shoot that from an angle where I'm not going to eat the damage. And it's just 1 damage, like who cares? Okay, well obviously that's unacceptable. It's actually okay for them to kill the contraption, I think, as long as we use it 4 times first. So, obviously, if I use the contraption to fire missiles this turn, basically everybody dies. We definitely have to have the defense mech either throw a shield over this thing or pull the mosquito, because we wouldn't be able to do 4 damage to this mosquito no matter what. It's really frustrating that these fireflies fire in the order they do. The enemies always fire in whatever order would be worst for you, it feels like. Thing is, actually, if we do this, and then we repair and just accept the death of the defense mech. And by accept the death of the defense mech, I mean, of course, let's throw some shielding up or something. Oh no, sorry, the defense mech has to finish its turn, preventing this death. This actually kills 2 of the enemies and saves a couple of buildings and stuff. And we lose a pilot who had no HP, or had no XP. It does mean we don't have this mech available on the final turn. Again, I don't think we need this to survive. So... Alright, I can stand here and just kill you. Then we can shield barrage. Shield barrage makes us survive the charge. Just get you out of the way. And then, yeah, this thing can just go down. It's just a unit that's under our control. It's not a building. It won't cost us any power. I mean, that mission, funny enough, that mission automatically completes your prevent damage with a shield 4 times achievement, which is kind of funny. Do we want to go for the venting center? Acid's pretty dangerous on the charge mech because the 1 point of damage it takes from its attack is weapon damage, and so it does get doubled. So the acid storms are like really unsafe for us. I think we're going to go try to push through here. As much of a nightmare as this particular mission can be. Okay, so how do we want to solve this? The VIPs actually can't move without using an ability. Interestingly, they are allowed to use their ability while smoked. What I was about to say is, so they're really screwed because they're both smoked. But I guess it doesn't work that way. Okay, interesting. So, like, obviously this is bananas. We're just gonna go ahead and take that one. Do I want to just burn the Scion? Is that the right play? I guess so. If we're gonna start some fires, like, it probably makes sense for us to let some of this happen, and then this is really awkward. I would really like to shoot at this thing. I think I'm actually just gonna run this. Yeah, because I can't shoot them safely anyway, right? Yeah, we'll just run down here and not do anything. Get closer to the spawns. Alright, they're leaving the VIPs alone this turn. If I just step to here and fire, that's pretty clean. Now we kill this. Wanted to set that spawn tile on fire first. And you two don't actually have to do anything right now, so I'm just gonna have you save your gas. Alright, so we gotta be pretty cautious with our HP at this point. How do I want to... Can't really get an attack off here. I could just tank this hit, right? We could just shield up. Although the way we shield up should probably be like, let's have you come over here. You can receive the shield and then also repair yourself. And sadly, you don't get to do much of value. You can just like block a spawn. We're going to have 5 active enemies on this final turn, so I am pretty worried about that. This is so weird. Okay. So that boost is pretty fantastic. It's not quite sufficient, though, is it? So we can shield a building. Am I able to... Okay, I'm able to put this at pretty much any distance. Alright, so we shield that. This is only a single point of power damage. We could just let it go, right? Yeah, it sucks, but we literally can't stop it from happening. Okay. We're still getting our objectives. Taking a lot of grid damage. Like a lot of grid damage. So we could go to the reclamation zone. Kill 7 enemies, protect the emergency batteries. Why they gotta be so far forward? I mean, if I thought we could get this would be the right thing to do. We definitely will take less than 3 grid damage, because we die if we take 3. So we don't really have a lot of choices on that particular front. The leap for 4 is really annoying. I guess we can't really position ourselves out of range of them. Okay, also a time pod. That's potentially really good. Okay, so... Charge mech firing through here kills the time pod. Never mind. Because the only way to deal with this is to prevent it from happening, right? We have to get the defense mech over here and pull this guy away. Or shield, but it, like, in either case, we're talking about the defense mech. If I move on to the time pod to pick it up, and then take this shot through. Oh, this'll kill... Yeah, shit, I can't do this. It gets rid of the purple bug, which is great, but it also kills the tank because of the damage from this guy. And we don't have time to stop it. Yeah, that's... Okay, that's a reset. So... all you can do is damage. All your extra movement doesn't actually help. Yeah, if this tile takes damage, we lose the pod. I think we have to lose the pod, and in doing so, lose our perfect island. Y'all, I hate that, but I do believe it's right. And then we actually do this same plan, it's just that this time it doesn't... Without taking 1 damage from the laser, we survive it. And then we pull you out of the way, and we don't actually take any building damage this way. That's pretty rough. Okay, so you could just shield the charge mech, allowing it to do charge things. Well, here's what I'll do. We'll throw the shield here, and then charge this one so they block a spawn, because the laser mech can actually just one-shot this thing from full health. It is really cool to have a weapon that can do 3 damage at the beginning of the game. And that gives our power plant a point of shielding that can be used later. For example, perhaps right now. Huh. Right, that's pretty straightforward. We have the charge mech come down here. This guy's very strong. It feels like each member of this team is individually very strong, but it also feels like they don't really add up to anything more than the very basic sum of their parts. So you are out of shields. Which means we lose 2 buildings. And there's nothing we can do about that, I'm pretty sure. We can... I can trivially kill these 2, but it doesn't really matter. It's not, like, helpful to do so. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to do, is there? Can't get enough damage in to matter, and one of these 2 things does have to die. Yep, that building's just gone. We were not given an option to save it. And in fact, that's like a very bad start all around. Missing your perfect island on the first island is really devastating. Because you kind of need those resources to get going, to start catching up. That's really, really harsh. I guess just right here? Well, I don't want to put a unit right there because I don't want something stopping here to attack in that direction. I'm just getting carried by the conveyor belt into one of our buildings. Okay. What is going to be the best way to do this? We have a bunch of different ways of dealing with elements of this. 2, 3, 4. I kind of want to just charge mech here. And then, like, the simplest version of this, the defense mech will catch on fire, and it doesn't really have the HP to survive being on fire, but I certainly want to pull this thing over to there. Yeah, we'll just do this. Alright, love to kill an enemy by blocking when the fire scion is up, ensuring that life will be really miserable for whoever does eventually spawn there. Okay, I mean, I see the play here. I see their plan. Obviously, let's open this up a little bit. How do I want to handle this? I should be super careful about where I position myself because the belts do work on flying units, even though that doesn't make any sense. Alright. So that's spawn block number 2. We still have to get one more, but obviously there's this spawn left at the very least. So yeah, I think I move you to here. Just pull you into the ocean. You may as well go to full health. Okay, so only 2 enemies on the final turn. This went a little bit more smoothly. Okay, we really need to get some XP on people who are not Adam. Oh, what was... Why was that? The thing is, I had a shield left. I could have just shielded this build. This is what happens when I play even slightly quickly. Like, that wasn't even really playing that fast. I was just like, yeah, winning sounds like a sucker's game. I'm not interested in it. Don't love that we started with 2 leapers, but they might put themselves in positions where it's not super hard to kill them both with one attack. I'd be very grateful if that's how this went down. Nope, they didn't. They didn't do things the cool way at all, in fact. So, I mean, I can do a tremendous amount of cleanup if I'm willing to take a point of building damage from the laser. Because we can just have the defense mech clear this guy. And then the laser mech comes around here and does some pretty excellent cleanup work. May as well be done with that as well. We got some fire down here, and with the fireproof Vec gone, it actually matters potentially. Oh, this is such a bummer. Like, I don't really want to take this shot from this angle, because it feels like there are so many better things we could be doing. Alright, that kills both of you. We do at some point have to actually kill this boss. But I think the best thing that this vehicle can do right now is just get over here and spawn block. We're actually gonna have a really hard time killing the boss because we just don't deal very much damage overall. Okay, well that helps. The boss choosing to become coated in acid certainly helps. So just out of curiosity, yes, okay. Yes, it does double that damage. And... so we can just shield the HQ tower, right? Probably have to. But I can't actually do anything. Like, the charge mech is completely stuck. I guess 2 turns left. You have 3 move. If we're willing to accept the loss of our defense mech... no, it would kill both of them, though. We really can't do anything. Right, like I have to do this to have any chance of killing the boss. This is going terribly. Oh, this pilot gained a technician when they leveled up. That's actually phenomenal. That is so good for the pilot of that vehicle. All right. Yeah. So there's literally no space from which I can attack the spider leader. Every enemy is... yeah, we just lose again. This is ridiculous. Yeah, they were able to just put so many bodies on the table that I can't play the game, which is bad. We could save this. We could kill you, and then we lose 2 power literally no matter what we do. Okay, I mean, it is what it is. So I guess that's where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. It's fairly demoralizing. I really don't... I played a little bit too fast on one mission on that second try. Doing the wrong thing because I wasn't thinking out the moves all the way cost us 2 power, and that 2 power is what cost us the island. We would have survived with 2 power remaining, actually, after shielding a building. So, yeah, that really is it. Just, you got to play tighter on unfair. Okay, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time tomorrow, we're going to play tighter on unfair. Because what other choice do I have? I will see you then.